Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we are going to be talking all about Nemesis. Following this guy from all the way up until this past offseason, right after Worlds, where obviously he gets replaced on Fnatic. There's all different kinds of rumors of him being potentially linked to LCS teams, LEC teams, and obviously he decides to become a full-time streamer for at least the split and then at least the year, and now we just don't know what his future looks like at all. He does obviously have a ton of fans. He has great viewership on Twitch, great viewership on social medias, all that kind of stuff, and a lot of people want to see him back in competitive League of Legends. So today we're going to be talking about whether or not I believe that's going to be happening, what Nemesis is saying about all this stuff. As you can see, we have a clip called "Does Nemesis Want to Join the LEC Next Year?" Real quick, make sure you guys drop a like on this video. I would appreciate it a ton. Also subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. With that being said, here we go. So again, talking about whether or not he wants to come back, I think there are a few main key points, and then we're going to watch a couple of clips about him actually talking about this stuff. One, I think it's really going to depend, obviously, first and foremost, what he wants to do. Does he like streaming? Does he like streaming so much and love the lifestyle and love the environment and love working for himself and love not having that crazy schedule? If he just enjoys streaming more, then yeah, he probably won't come back. But some people, like we've seen with Doublelift in the past, where he retired then unretired because he just had that itch for pro play. He had that competitive spirit, drive. He wanted to be the best. He wanted to try and win titles. He wanted to try to improve his legacy, because that's stuff that can only come from pro play. You know, you can have legacy as a content creator, sure, but it'll never be the same. You'll never probably go down the same in like esports, League of Legends, anything history, as opposed to somebody that is like winning titles and stuff. Also playing with a team, getting to be a part of an organization, all of that stuff. Two, it'll definitely depend on if he is willing, say he does want to come back to pro play, it'll depend on if he's willing to play for kind of a lower tier team or not, because he's had some clips in the past where he's like, you know, I don't want to end up on a bad team. I want to be in a good situation for me that's actually going to help me grow and improve and, you know, get to where I want to be. But again, Nemesis, his last stand with Fnatic wasn't all that great, especially towards the end of it. I don't think any top teams are going to come knocking down his door. It's not like Mad Lions or Rogue or G2 is just going to be hitting up Nemesis out of nowhere. You know, it's not going to happen. He's going to have to start on a middle to lower tier team, so he's also going to have to be willing to do that. And then three, it's definitely going to depend on the money. How much money he's making streaming versus how much money he could be making as a pro player. Initially, he would probably have to take a pay cut, I would assume, to become a pro player. But then, you know, the sky's the limit for pro player salaries. We see how crazy stuff's going in the LCS, but stuff's kind of all over the place. So it would have to depend on where the money is at as well. So that's kind of what I'm thinking going into this situation. I don't know. For me personally, before watching these clips, I don't think it sounds great as far as Nemesis coming back to the LEC in the future. But let's see what he has to say about this. I have two clips that I think will give us a lot of information that we can react to from this LOL drama channel. This first clip, obviously, does Nemesis want to join the LEC next year?
I mean, I only answer this in English, even though I understand. He's asking if I want to return to LEC. And the answer is, I don't know. It's gonna depend on the end of the year. I'm happy either way. Yeah. We'll see. You will see at the end of the year. I mean, this type of questions I have no answer to right now. We're not even halfway past 2021. So, there's no way I can know. Opinions up, the best Vikings world.
So, obviously there, you know, the big thing there is they didn't ask him, you know, like, are you going to be back in the LEC? Because obviously there's no way he could know that. That's going to depend on who offers him, what opportunities come up and all that. But they're just asking, do you want to be in the LEC next year? And he says he doesn't know. You know, he's not giving a big vote of confidence or a big voice of confidence like, yeah, I want to be back in the LEC next year. I hope the right opportunity comes up. He's just saying he doesn't know. And I get that because, again, like he said, this clip was in like May, so we aren't even halfway through 2021. He doesn't know where's his Twitch stream, where's his content creation going to go in the next 6 months. He could explode and get even bigger. His viewership could be cut in half. You really have no idea. Anything could happen. And then also, maybe a great opportunity pops up for him where he can make a bunch of money, play competitive, and be on a good team. Maybe Astralis is the only opportunity that comes up. You know, who knows exactly what the opportunities are going to be. So I totally get that, him having some unsure. Also, he's going to have to live, you know, another 6-7 months of his life and just see how happy he is. See if he's fulfilled, if he's, you know, comfortable with the situation and everything that's going on. There definitely will be a lot of factors. But, you know, it's kind of interesting that he's saying he doesn't even know if he wants to be back in the LEC next year. So that is kind of interesting. And then also, another really, really big thing, I was glad this clip came up on my recommended on YouTube, is that Nemesis on the LEC salary versus Twitch, because again, this is a big thing. At the end of the day, money matters. Money makes a difference for a lot of people. Money talks. Even if you know, you don't want to do a certain thing, don't want to end up in a certain situation, whatever, everyone has a price. So depending on how much money he's making from streaming versus how much he was making the LEC, could be making the LEC, that could matter a lot as well. So let's see what he's got to say about that.
Where's the money now compared to pro play? Now that I got my Twitch partnership upgrade.
When he's talking about Twitch partnership upgrade, I believe he means getting a higher cut of the subs on Twitch. You know, like most people, if you're just like an affiliate like me, you get like 50-50 of subs, so 250 for every sub. But I believe his partnership upgrade that he's talking about is just getting a higher cut of those, so like making more from every single sub, stuff like that. I believe that's what he's talking about. Otherwise, I'm not exactly sure what he means from Twitch partnership upgrade as far as like making more money and stuff. Obviously, I know what Twitch partnership is.
For about 3 weeks now. The money wise is much better, and also like my viewership is banging, right? But thing is, like, not the very best example, because my salary was not like top level in LEC. I know other players' salaries, and some players had like double or triple the amount of what I had, so
pretty crazy.
Some even quadrat that existed too.
The salary differences in every league are always going to be really crazy between the top and the bottom.
It's not about being young. The thing is, how it works is, if you're a no-namer, like I was before I joined Fnatic, what teams will try to do is they will try to sign you for very low amounts of money, and they will try to sign you for multiple years.
And that's another thing Nemesis has going against him trying to get back in the LEC as well, is that, yeah, people were more likely to give him an opportunity at the beginning when he was a no-namer because they knew they could get him for cheap. It was low risk. They could get him for multiple years. If he worked out well, then they were getting a deal. If he didn't do very well, then they just wasted not very much money and they can just replace him like they did. But now, since he, you know, thinks he has a name and has proved himself a little bit, he wants some more money. He's going to think he has more negotiating leverage and power. But then also the teams are going to say, you know, your last split, your last couple of splits weren't that great. We're not ready to give you that big contract yet. So that's kind of where the back and forth is. So that does make it a little harder for him to get in the LEC now because, you know, he's not a no-namer anymore, especially in his own eyes. So he wants to get paid like he, you know, thinks he deserves, but the teams are going to be coming on the other end still. But that's that.
You know, then you're like stuck on a contract essentially, right? Like usually, like in like 2000, I don't know what, 17 plus, the meta in esports became like signing players on long contracts, but yeah, I can guarantee you I will never in my life sign a 3-year contract ever again. You will have to pay me 20 million for me to sign that. And
yeah, we'll see. You know, he says he'll never sign a 3-year contract again because, yeah, I mean, it does suck to be locked in. It sucks to be getting paid a low salary, even as your play increases and you think you should be making more and stuff. But that's how all sports work. That's how all leagues work. You know, teams, yes, try and sign players to long contracts where they'll be getting deals on them below their value. But the team is also taking a lot of risk because even if you're getting paid cheap, you could still underperform and not even be a valuable asset to them. But, yeah, I mean, Nemesis here, he does say that right now he's making more on Twitch than he was making in the LEC. Yes, there is the opportunity to make more in the LEC than he is right now on Twitch because, like he said, people were making double, triple, even quadruple what he was making. But if he does get an LEC offer, is it going to be that kind of money, or is it going to be closer to maybe the money he was making before? I think it would probably be somewhere in the middle, but again, it'll be really, really interesting to see how his content and socials and everything continue to grow over the course of the year. that stuff's crazy. Some people just explode and continue to grow and grow and grow. Some people hit a plateau and kind of start falling off, so you never really know. But again, once I watch all this stuff, in my opinion, it is very, very possible that we have seen the last of Nemesis in the LEC, because I just think there's so many things going against him, and especially when he has a great option also on the side in content creation. I don't know if we'll be seeing Nemesis in 2021, and obviously he doesn't know either. That is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like on this video. I'd appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. Do you think we will see Nemesis in 2021? Do you think we should? What team? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on the latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!